What's a bet you made that you wish you never won? When I was 12, my dad made a bet with me that I couldn't go a whole month without asking him for money. He said if I could do it, he'd give me 50 bucks. But if I asked even once, I had to clean the garage for free. I was cocky and took the bet immediately. The first week was easy. I ate school lunch instead of buying snacks from the vending machine. I didn't ask for movie money when my friends went to see Spider-Man. I even walked everywhere instead of asking for bus fare. My dad seemed surprised I was actually sticking to it. Week 2 got harder. My bike chain broke and I had to walk 30 minutes to school every day. My friends kept inviting me places I couldn't afford. When Jake asked why I never had money anymore, I just said I was saving up for something special. I didn't want to admit I was doing some weird bet with my dad. By week 3, I was getting desperate. I found quarters in the couch cushions and sold my Pokemon cards to Tyler for $5. I even collected cans from our neighbors' recycling bins when they put them out. My mom asked why I was suddenly so interested in cleaning up the neighborhood, but I just shrugged and said I was being helpful. The last week was torture. My friends were planning to go to the arcade for Emma's birthday, and I had to pretend I was sick so I wouldn't have to explain why I couldn't come. I ate peanut butter sandwiches for lunch every day because I'd run out of lunch money. My stomach growled constantly during math class, but I made it. 30 days without asking my dad for a single dollar. I was so proud when I marched into his office that Sunday evening and told him I'd won. He looked up from his laptop with this weird expression I'd never seen before. Kind of sad, but trying to smile. He reached into his wallet and pulled out the $50, but as he handed it to me, he said something that made my stomach drop. You know, kiddo, you never had to do this bet. I would have given you money anytime you asked. That's what parents are supposed to do. I stared at the money in my hand, confused. But you made the bet with me. He sighed and closed his laptop. I made that bet because I thought you were asking for money too much. I wanted to teach you about being responsible with money and not depending on handouts. But watching you this month, he paused. You collected cans, Austin. You sold your Pokemon cards. You walked to school in the rain because you were too proud to ask for help. That's when it hit me. My dad hadn't made this bet to reward me. He'd made it because he thought I was some spoiled kid who asked for money too much. He wanted me to learn a lesson about not depending on him. But I wasn't spoiled. I barely ever asked him for anything because I knew money was tight since mom had gotten laid off. I realized my dad thought I was this greedy kid when really I was just a 12-year-old who occasionally wanted to hang out with friends or buy lunch. All those times I'd asked for $5 here and there, he was keeping track like I was bleeding him dry. I kept the $50, but it felt dirty in my pocket. From that day on, I never asked my dad for money again. Not for school supplies, not for clothes, not for anything. I got a paper route when I turned 13 and paid for everything myself. Years later, when I was in college, my dad tried to give me money for textbooks and I refused. He asked why I was being so stubborn, and I reminded him of the bet. He got quiet for a long time before saying, that was the worst parenting decision I ever made. But by then it was too late. I'd learned that asking for help meant I was a burden.